Hey, what's happening, everybody? Happy Tuesday, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 10. Already Episode 10 of Real Talk Real Estate. You will see that I'm flying solo today. Greg had another appointment that he had to keep, so he wasn't able to make it into this episode today, and he got to do it solo last week. So we've kind of been trading off, which kind of leads me into really what our topic of today is. I got on Instagram the other day, and I asked a question of the audience and basically just said, hey, what topics do you want to hear more about? What do you want to hear more about when I'm making videos? What do you want to know about on my live show? Different kind of stuff like that. And one of the first questions I got was, what is it really like to be a real estate agent? Why don't you give us a behind the scenes look at a day in the life of a realtor? Everybody watches all those wonderful shows on HGTV, House Hunter, Flip or Flop. You've got Love It or List It, all these different shows that show different aspects of what it's like to be a real estate agent. And then you've got Bravo that's got $1 Million Listing, New York and LA and all these places. But the truth of the matter is none of them really capture the essence of what it is to be a realtor, and more specifically, what it's like to be a realtor in our market area. There's a lot of different people who are looking at different places where the markets are vastly different. Obviously, New York, LA, those places do not compare to what we've got going on here in the Midwest and Southwestern Indiana, and especially in the Southwest Indiana Association of Realtors. So today I thought I'd open it up. I've got the comments on. I'm trying to fly solo here, but I can see everything that's happening live while I'm watching the video as well. So if you've got questions, let me know in the comments as we get going. But I kind of want to just tell you a little bit about what it looks like to be an agent and what my typical day looks like. Because to be real honest with you, no such thing as a typical day in real estate, because it doesn't matter how good you plan. At some point in time, something's going to go on and it's going to throw your day completely for a loop. So just wanted to touch on two of the most basic things today that real estate agents do. And that is specifically for real estate agents like myself, who are what I like to call residential specialists. So in addition to being a managing broker for the branch here in Newburgh, Indiana for FC Tucker MG Realtors, I am also a full-time licensed agent who specializes in helping people buy and sell homes. What does that mean specifically? Well, on the sell side, my job is to help that person determine a marketing price, put together a strategy and a plan to get their home sold for the highest amount of money in the shortest amount of time, and to get it on the market and negotiate any offers and inspections that come our way once we have it on the market. It looks like it's pretty simple to a lot of people. Just put a sign up in the yard, throw it on the MLS, it's online, it's ready to go. Not necessarily the case. Before we ever even get that sign in the yard or get started on everything, I tell all my sellers I have to make sure that I'm doing my due diligence to give them a great comparative market analysis, to give them the best possible price strategy to get their home ready to sell. Now, the reason I say a price strategy is because what I do does not say, hey, this is what we can sell your house for. This is a range of different prices that I'm seeing other homes comparable to yours selling in. So on a typical day, I'll be going through, making my lead gen calls, getting appointments set up and everything else. And when I have that time going, I start telling people, hey, when we're working on this pricing strategy, it is a two-step process. My first step is going to be coming out, meeting you, taking a look at the property and having a great idea of everything that's going on there so I can take my notes and have them ready to go, and then study the market to see what's sold, what's currently your active competition, and what is pending that's comparable to yours to give me an idea of where the market's going. I then take that data, put it into a spreadsheet or a different kind of presentation to come back and present to people. So that's one thing that we do. Another thing that we do once we get that going on is obviously there's a ton of paperwork associated with every single transaction. Every listing's about 5 pages long, so we got to go through all that documentation, explain all of that information, put that on the MLS, and do all the marketing. Not only that, purchase agreements are something that we deal with whenever we're selling homes. That's another 8-page document that outlines every single step of the way from the day you make the offer to the day that somebody moves into the home. So I'm not going to go into all the details of that stuff, just to kind of give you an idea of different things that we deal with on a day-to-day basis. So whenever I'm working with a new buyer, this is basically a breakdown, you can kind of see it here, of all the steps and all the things that are necessary for us to go through as real estate agents while we are typically helping someone purchase their home. Now, the reason I can't tell you what a typical day looks like is because at any point in time, I may have a buyer on this step up here or this step over here, or maybe we're back up here, because I have multiple transactions that are going on at the same time. Currently, I'm looking at my board that I have pendings right now, and I've got 10 properties that are still currently under contract that I'm helping my buyers or my sellers get through the process of making sure that we got from the offer to the closing table. And all of those different steps that are intertwined in there happen at multiple different times, and there's multiple different things that we have to make sure that we are juggling and keeping straight to make sure that all of our contracts are on pace and are moving according to the terms of those agreements. To give you a great idea of exactly what it looks like in my office all the time, this is kind of what my typical day looks like. First thing I do is I like to come in the morning and I sit down and I prep my entire day with all my tasks that have to happen on this particular day. 3 times a week I have 2-hour time periods set aside where I don't do anything besides lead generation. And what lead generation is for me is whenever I spend time talking to my past and my current clients and my relationships and my sphere of influence to talk to them to say, hey, how can I offer you the absolute best service? What are the things that we need to do to make sure that we're getting you from point A to point B and so forth as we're moving through that? And then not only that, it's also spending time making sure that I'm following up and offering service after the sale. So 2 hours a day, 3 times a week that I do nothing but talk to people who I've done business with to make sure that I'm staying in front of them and getting them taken care of. After that's done, I set aside time for appointments. Again, like I said, this is going to be different on every single day. You may not have appointments all the time. You may have them set back to back to back. But what I like to do is leave a block on every single day that says, hey, this time to this time, maybe it's 3 to 5, maybe it's 4 to 6, maybe it is 5 to 7. But each day I set aside a block of time that says, on this day, these are the best times that I have available for appointments, that I want to make sure that I'm making myself available for the people I am currently helping get their home sold or the people I'm currently helping look at other properties. I'm also keeping track, as I mentioned previously, you can kind of see here in my office. This is my current activity board. I'm keeping track of all the business that I have going on. Not only do I need to make sure that I'm taking care of my clients, I need to take care of my business as well. And the only way that I can do that is to make sure that I'm tracking and staying on top of all my numbers and knowing exactly what I have to do to make sure that everything I do keeps everything moving smoothly for everyone. I'm also a team leader. I have 2 other agents and an administrative assistant on my team that I got to make sure that I am keeping them on track with their goals and their activities as well. So those are all things that I'm currently constantly tying into everything I do on a daily basis to make sure that I know that I have everything melding together and working properly to stay on top of everything to keep things running smooth. The only way that I can do that is this wonderful tool right here called my Google Calendar, which I won't go into all the details, but I absolutely 100% live by that thing. Without having my time blocks in place or having my schedule put together before I get going, there's absolutely no way that I can do what is necessary to make sure I'm taking care of everybody and all the things that I have going on. So Joe Dix, one of my good friends who is the guy who hit me with this question on Instagram, kind of wanted to know what a typical day looks like. And the truth of the matter is there is no such thing as a typical day in real estate. That's why a lot of us got into the industry, because we don't like having a rigid schedule all the time that says this is when you have to be here, this is what you have to do. A lot of us are entrepreneurial spirits who want to get out and kind of run our own business. And the truth is if you're a real estate agent, you are in your own business. Now, I'm an independent contractor and I work for FC Tucker MD Realtors because that's where I choose to hold my license, because I love this company and the tools that they offer. But the truth is I run my own business. I set my own schedule, I take my own appointments, and I take care of my own clients. So anybody who tells you this is exactly what a real estate agent does, or any show that gives you an idea of what we typically do, doesn't really even scratch the surface of all the different things that it takes to be a successful real estate agent. I absolutely love being a manager and helping other people on my team in this profession because it affords me the opportunity to do many things that I love, which includes speaking on occasion to different people. I love doing these videos to educate the consumer on things that happen inside the real estate transaction, because I want to make sure that you know what's going on, so that if you decide to work with me or a member of my team, you're up to date with what's currently happening in the market, the current trends of things that are happening throughout the transaction, and it makes the whole process go smoother. So I would love to hear any additional questions on any part of the transaction or any part of the process, or if you have any interest in getting into real estate yourself, or maybe you're an agent and you've got some questions on different things that we offer here at Tucker or different training opportunities that we have here. I am more than happy to answer any specific questions, but as you can tell, there are just so many things to hone in on. It's not really possible for me to just say, hey, here's your typical day, this is how you got to line it out. I can give you a general sweeping overview of everything we do, which I'm more than happy to do through this video, but to really understand all of the intricacies and the professionalism that goes into this job, I really need to spend more time on specific questions if you have them. Let me know in the comments down below anything that I can answer for you, or you can feel free to reach out to me anytime at 812-779-6273. As always, you can also reach out to Greg at 812-454-8103, or you can message us on the Facebook page at any point in time, and we're happy to help you out. I hope your week is off to a great start. It's a beautiful day outside, and I'm getting ready to go do something that I love to do for my clients. I'm going to go pop by, say hi, and get face-to-face with the people that I love working with. So if you need anything, you can reach out anytime. I'll be back here next week.